right. So happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New
You know, last year was I think we're all glad to see last year go. I really do. I think we're all glad to see it go. There were a lot of good things that happened in business last year, but I don't think there's many people out there that aren't excited about starting a new year fresh after the last 3 years. You know what I mean? I think a lot of us feel like, you know, we got some important things behind us now and are looking forward to moving forward. And one thing's for sure, and I'm going to ask you, especially this month and over the next 10 or 12 weeks, that you pay very, very special attention to all the trainings that not only that April and I do, but the company does. And if your teammates if you don't see them watching it live with you, that you'll make the effort to see that they get the link to watch it. Okay, the information that's going to be shared beginning tonight up until New Orleans in March is going to be the most important information that's ever been shared with you in LifeVantage since we all joined. Okay, there's just going to be nothing more important than the things that are being discussed. And the reason for that, and you'll find out the details on the 18th, is that there's just massive changes coming and they're freaking awesome. And we've done the best we can to let you know that that's coming without sharing things that we are not allowed to share. But we're trying to give you a heads up and a head start without getting in trouble. Okay, that's what we're trying to do. Okay. And, you know, there's nothing we can do if you ignore us. There's nothing we can do if you don't pay attention. There's nothing that we can do if if you just don't take advantage of it. I mean, there's nothing we can do, but we're trying to give you as much of a head start as possible. And one of the most important things that you could do over the next 10 or 12 weeks, it's probably about 10 weeks now, but obviously in 2 weeks on the 18th, they're going to be announcing what's happening. But in New Orleans is when it will happen. So one of the most important things, and you've heard April and I talking about it for the last month or so, is you got to get your enrolling up. Okay, you just need to do a lot more of it. And the only thing I can share with you is there's going to be something that happens where some things are retroactive. That's all I can share. Okay, I just can't say anything more than that. And because when change happens, well, there's pre-existing circumstances. Do you know what I mean? Well, in other words, there's people that are already involved working the business, you know, and if you knew what we knew, and I'm not teasing you, okay, I'm just saying, if you knew what we knew, you would enroll people every single day into this business. You would not miss a day of enrolling new customers and new distributors because of the retroactive aspect that is going to be shared. Okay, it's probably the most important thing that I could share with you without going into any detail is that. So since it is a new year, okay, and we've all made some sort of resolutions, you know, and not just us, but everybody we know, you know, has made resolutions. And part of people's resolutions is always something to do with health, something to do with God, something to do with exercise, something to do with weight loss, and something to do with finances. I mean, it just seems to be part of the equation for everybody. And, you know, what for all of us, when it comes to finances, well, that's our LifeVantage business is part of the finances. You know, that's part of the equation. So before I go into some of the things that I want to talk to you about, I want to acknowledge some people that really, you know, just took advantage of what we've been sharing with you, is certainly for the last month or so. So the 3 winners, and I texted this out earlier, we had 3 weeks of swag prizes, you know, whoever had the most collagen customers And you will get a personal call from Taylor at the company either tomorrow or Wednesday, okay? But let's see. So this last week, the third week, the winner was Zuma. Zuma! Give Zuma a hand, everybody. That she had 5 for the week. Kenneth had 4. And one of the sweetest ladies, and then I'm going to go into the monthly enrollers. You're going to love these numbers, but one of the sweet, and most of you don't know this lady. I think probably Joanne might be the only person that knows this lady besides April and I, but there's a lady named Cheryl Adamson, and she's a minister, a pastor at a Southern Baptist church in South Carolina. We've known her for a long time. April's very close with her. And again, I know Joanne has also met her, but she's somebody that we've known for years. She's married to a doctor. Her husband's a doctor. And she was the third prize. Okay, she got the third one last week. And anyway, you know, we're very, very excited about that. And the monthly enrollers, get this one, for the month of December. That means Hanukkah. That means Christmas. That means Kwanzaa. That means everything, okay? It was the month of December. Kenneth had 22 enrollments.
Wow.
22 enrollments. You know, that's almost one a day. You know, it's just a little bit short of one a day. You know, Zuma, I know you had a goal of 20, but you got 15, and we are really proud of you, man. That is just incredible. In between, you're finding another house, moving from a house, closing on a house, okay, all of that stuff going on, you still managed to enroll 15 new people and had your highest volume month of the year. So Zuma had her best month of the year last month. So Zuma, great job. Great job. Let's see. Third was my beautiful wife, April, and Catalina Grija were both tied with 8. Okay, they both had 8 enrollment. So I think Catalina's probably still working right now. I don't see her in here, but anyway, that, you know, that went on for the month. But like I said, I'm going to ask you some favors as we go through some things tonight. And, you know, I wish I could give more details, and I can't. I know somebody asked me earlier about a meeting. Do I have any more details on it? No, I know a date in the city, but I don't have more details because the details are not going to come out on these meetings until after the 18th. Okay, when the company announces all the new exciting news for 2023 on Rock the Rhythm that evening of the 18th in January. I guess it's 2 weeks from Wednesday, is it? I guess it would be. Today's the 2nd, 3rd. Yeah, so it'd be Wednesday night, the 18th. And I'm not sure what the time is. I think it's 9 o'clock Eastern, 7 Mountain. But I'm going to give you some dates, and it's just to save the date, block the date, keep the date available, and there's going to be more coming. One thing that I'd like you to keep in mind, the FAB for the company, okay, you know, the 10s, okay, the qualified 10s every month. When the company announces what's happening on the 18th, the FAB is the board, all of them are going to be traveling the following week into different cities. So you're going to have like 5 different couples traveling into different cities. There's probably going to be 25, 30 cities that get a live meeting that week, okay, where there's going to be something live. And there will be Zooms also. Now, not all of those meetings are going to be Zoomed, but there will be Zoom meetings, and then there's going to be a lot of live events. So just write these down. I'll give you the ones that I have so far and just make a note of them, okay? So the immediately following the announcement on the 18th, the next day, the 19th in Utah, there will be a meeting, I guess, at the headquarters, okay? And that will obviously be live and Zoom. On the 21st of January is Atlanta. Okay, so there will be a big meeting in Atlanta. On the 23rd is Orlando. And Tyler Daniels has asked April and I to pick a location, and we'll start working on that tomorrow, tomorrow for finding a location on that. But the 23rd is Orlando. The 24th is Houston. Okay. The 26th is Northern California, and we found out that's Fairfield, Northern California. Am I saying that right? Is it Fairfield or Fairmont? Fairfield, right? Okay. That's the 26th. And then the 28th is in Hawaii. Now, also, and I think Zoom, I mentioned this to you, but April is going to be flying up to Chicago with Jaya and Catalina and Katarina and Dr. Goodman and everybody up there in Zoom's team, February 3rd and 4th. It's a Friday and Saturday. We don't have all the details on that, but the dates are set. We have the plane tickets already. That's definitely happening. What we're trying to do, and Tyler has agreed, we're going to try and get distributors together on Friday evening, the 3rd, and Tyler Daniels will do a special training by Zoom for the Chicago team. Okay, just for the Chicago team on Zoom. And then there'll be a live meeting, that'll be done on Saturday the 4th. Okay, so the dates that I gave you already, Tyler Daniels is going to be in those cities. And I believe most of those cities, it'll be Tyler and Tara Wilson. I think they're both going to be in, maybe not all of them. Okay. And that's why I said the dates and the cities are set. I don't have all the details because they're still working some of them out. But I want you to keep in mind what's going on so you can think about people that you have in those areas. Okay. So let me see. All right. Now let me go. The Poes just texted me, and let me give you where the Poes are going to be. April, you want to add anything?
I have it.
Pull
Do
this
you
up.
need it? I have it. Do you need it?
No, I have it.
Oh,
Okay, I just need to pull it up on my phone, but I have it. Okay, so either Sean and Michelle. Okay, Poe. I don't know what it is, what the combo is, but they're on the FAB. Obviously, they're the latest Pro 10s in the company. On January 19th, they will be in Kansas City. On January 20th, they'll be in Bismarck, North Dakota. On January 21st, they'll be in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Kenneth, are you getting these? I heard 2 North Dakotas, Kenneth, and you have a new distributor in North Dakota. So on the 26th, they're going to be in Polk City, Iowa. The 28th, they're going to be in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And there's a possibility that they're going to be in Arizona on January 24th, but that they have a question mark next to that. That's a maybe. Okay. And again, this is still a work in progress. I'm just trying to give you what I got. Okay. So Brandon Cunningham, and I guess, maybe Lynette obviously might be with him. His cities so far, and he doesn't have dates, but he will be in Denver, he will be in Cleveland, and he will be in New York. And New York, it's White Plains, and that's Westchester. That's just outside New York City. So he will be in those three cities. So that's what I got right now. But keep in mind, there's a lot more people on the FAB, and there's a lot more cities out there. But I wanted to just give you a heads up. So, if you have distributors within a couple-hour ride of those locations, they're going to have a chance to hear live from someone that's earning over $1 million a year in the business. And that would be very valuable for anybody to hear. So April, what do you got?
this sounds like a lot of secrecy. You have all the tools to max out what they're talking about. So it's really, go up on stories. We've said it again and again. It's not hard. Our whole business is about consistency. There's no magic. Just be consistently posting up there, having conversations with people. Anybody can do it. We just need to want to do it. So, I don't want you to be like, oh, I could have done all this. I could have been so way ahead of where I am. if I had just done. So there's a lot of stuff coming out, a lot of great stuff you're going to be super excited about, but you can already be doing it. You've got the collagen. I can't tell you how many people I talked to from other companies. And actually, Bobby was talking to Kelly Rich today, people that weren't on Protandim, weren't interested in Protandim or on collagen. People from other companies are like, I wish we had that collagen. I mean, we are being able to see results so fast. There's not another product on the market these days that you see results in 2 weeks, a month. It just doesn't happen. I mean, I'm adamant with my customers, take a before picture, because when we put them side by side, they're totally blown away, because we're all our worst critics when we look at in the mirror and stuff. But definitely keep posting. I think very interesting. If you don't know something, just reach out to me or whoever's in your upline, whoever can help you. It's not a hard thing to go ahead and learn how to post, where to get the pictures from. I know we've gone over all that, but I can't stress it enough. Just put them up there and have conversations, and things will start to happen. It's just like, starting to ride a bike. It's not as easy, but after you start posting and you have the conversations, it just goes faster.
April,
It just gets easier.
talk about, but you just said something that most people do not do. A lot of people think you post and it's magic and people buy. Talk about the conversation part, the 333 part. You haven't talked about the 333 in a while. Just hit on that for a minute.
Yeah, so stories is going across on Facebook. Those are the things that only stay for 24 hours. Bobby and I, if you'll notice, just like every day we have collagen up there. We have some product up there. We'll just keep putting it up there until we finally wear out people. On your wall, as far as posting, I would probably only post, as long as you're posting stuff, I would probably only put a product thing up there every 3 to 4 weeks. I wouldn't put it up there a lot. But stories, you just keep it up there, but you still have to pick some people to have some conversations with. You have to look at their profile. If it's something you resonate with, and we've talked about this, you can go in the search bar and whatever your hot button is. We know, Lynn's dogs, Joanne could be cook. Joanne's got lots of talents. She could put anything in there. For me, a lot of times it's Jeeps. Zoomer, you could do Jeep too. You're just looking to get into having a conversation with somebody. All that's in Messenger, but as you're talking to them, they see your stories again and again and again. I've actually sent the Protandim video to people who got back to me and said, tell me about the collagen. They see those stories. So, it's all about having a conversation. The first day I usually send a message just saying, I loved something about their profile. If they're a grandma, I'm a grandma. If they like to play tennis, Jeeps, whatever I mentioned, I introduce myself, let them know, I live in Florida with my hubby. I have 3 grown boys and, I love to play tennis. We have a Jeep and I like to read, or something like that. That's as simple as it is. And then I'll end it with, what about you? And then most will get back. The right people will get back to you. They'll start that conversation with you. If they're in, some kind of hiding, or what do they call that? I forget what you call it, but if they don't want to answer you back, it's no big deal. The next one, you don't know this person, so it doesn't really matter. So
you don't worry about who don't get back to you.
Right.
You're just looking for the ones that do.
All right. And so day 2, again, is just conversation again. I like and comment their posts, their stories. I'm all over their wall, almost like a super creeper, all over everything that they're posting and stories and stuff. And then the 3rd day, I just say, I got this great, study, Washington State. If I if I sent you a video, would you take a look, or are you open to taking a look at it? And then it's a yes or a no. And it's that easy. That let the video do the work. Just like when we talk about 3-way calls and introducing, the products or the company to people, let the videos do the work. Just think about how many more people you could talk to if you don't have to explain it all to yourself. You just send a video over and do some follow-up. And then the follow-up is key. Answering questions, talking to the person and stuff, still, cementing that relationship.
The other thing is, when you get a customer, obviously you can't jump all over their bones about the business. You got to look for the opportunity to come up. We just happen to be in a time of year now where people have made resolutions. They're kind of more open-minded right now. They have some things they're thinking about. but you always want to let people know you'd be very appreciative of referrals. Okay, referrals are so underplayed in this business. You know, I think I mentioned this last week, but my massage therapist, you know, she's a younger lady in her early 30s, but she's homegrown. She's from Florida. She actually went to high school in the same town where we live. And you know, she's been massaging me for years, and the conversation only came up a few weeks ago, the last time I was there, and she referred two people that bought. Okay, I mean, so she legitimately referred them. Well, I see her again this week, and I'm not going to press her to do the business. I'm just going to hand her $40, telling her, here's 20 for each, okay, for sending them. If you ever want to make more, okay, you can make 40 to 60 on them on collagen customers with your first orders. But I'm going to keep it real simple. You know, you can fill out a $50 app and you can have it all, and you can still send them to me to talk to them, but I'll send them your link. Okay, so you get the whole thing on it. And I'm going to tread lightly with her. Okay, I'm not, it took this long. I don't want to scare her off. But one of the people she referred is her sister, and her sister manages 7 dental offices. Okay, and she's a successful businesswoman. And I'm like, okay, I'll just wait and see how she does with it. And she's already shared that she was having laparoscopic surgery on her knee later this month. She has a torn meniscus. Well, I had that fixed on my knee about 6-8 years ago. Okay, so I just said, hey, the collagen's going to help you with that, besides what you're looking, you know, for it to do with your face and neck and stuff. And so we're chatting, but you got to go gentle. You know, if they're a customer, but you can always say, I'd be very, very appreciative of anyone you could refer my way. But you know what, when they do, okay, they get a $10 credit because you have the link to give them, you know, the friends and family link. You obviously use theirs if they say to do that, but I'd still send them or give them a gift or something. I'd still find a way to thank them, because it's business you never would have had. It wasn't your person, it was theirs. And you never know when 20, 40, 60 bucks is going to turn someone on and you're going to get them in the business. You just don't know. So, you know, we did sign up 8 people this month. 5 of them came from stories. 3 others were referrals. Okay. In one market, but you know, you got to ask for the referrals, folks. And this is the time of year when, you know, we need to be louder and bolder about it. Okay, we need to, you know, let people know what we're doing. I don't mean be rude or overly aggressive or anything, but this is the time we need to get our message out there, and you know something special is coming. Okay, I'm telling, when you hear what happens on the 18th, when you hear, and some of you, well, I'm not going to go there. I'm just saying, when you hear what the company is doing, you got to realize the most important brains in the company, the biggest, best brains that were brought into this company, have spent over a year working on what's about to happen. That's a lot of high 6-figure salaries working on a project. You know what I mean? That's a lot of talent working on a project, and you're going to get super, super excited about it. And we just want you. You know what will frustrate me more than anything? Knowing that you had, well, we've been talking about it for over a month now, and you still got 3 months before it kicks in. And I've already shared there's going to be something retroactive to it. You're going to be so aggravated if you don't take advantage of the retroactive, even though you don't know what that means. I do know what that means. Okay. Zuma, just speed up with what you're doing. Kenneth, speed up with what you're doing. You know, Jaya, Grija, all you speed up with what you're doing. Okay. The rewards are going to be great. Okay. Nothing short of great. And everybody's got the same opportunity, and it's as much of a head start as we can give you. April?
Yeah, you know, I mean, there's so much that goes through my mind. There's so many games that you can play. I mean, you know, if you feel bad about making the money, most people on here are pretty successful, then just say, hey, buy it through the company and I'll Venmo you or send you a check back for 40
Yep.
bucks. I mean, you know,
Somebody, I forgot who it was, there was a few of you that, and you may not be on here now, but a few people from the team asked, how can you sell the collagen for $99? Well, I'm kicking them back to 40 bucks. Okay, I'm just Venmoing the $40 when the company pays me my 40. Okay, and I'm not giving them the collagen cash. I'm keeping, so I'm still making $15. Okay, but when the company pays me, okay, I'm just kicking it back to them. What do you think that they think when making profit off of them is not your prime concern? You think they feel better about it? They love that, okay? And they'll tell, that is the cheapest form of advertising and some of the best advertising that you could ever do. They'll tell all their friends. I mean, they'll do anything they can to help you because of what you did, okay? And so you made 15 instead of 55 or whatever. I mean, I'm telling you, that's when you see somebody advertising a number that's lower than you know that the number is, it's because they're Venmoing them back what the company's paying them in the 40%. That's all that is. They're just kicking it back, hoping that they could turn that into something much bigger down the road. That's all they're doing. I used to play a lot of craps in the casino. They're betting on the come, okay, is what they're doing. And it's like a good faith bet, you know, and they're just hoping that something bigger will come down the road. That's all it is. April?
yeah, so, you know, I mean, if that makes you feel better, you know, you can still have the conversation about collagen, offer it to them and just say, hey, I really don't want to make any money on you. I just want you to get the benefits of this collagen, you know, purchase it. Once they get results and, you know, then let's say you feel funny about having the business conversation next, then all you have to do is say, you love the product. Like I had a girl today said her arms were thinner and smoother and more toner. She was super excited about that. I said, great. And I've already had business conversations with her. It's never gone anywhere. So I just simply said to her, for every person you refer in the next week, I'll pay you the $40 for the referral. She was like, oh, okay, cool. So, you know, whether the objection is they don't think they can do sales, which is a lot of people, or you have trouble bringing up the business conversation, that's another out for you. That's just another easy way for you to gather customers. And, you know, like we've been saying, that's going to be key to you. You want to get the customers, as many customers as you can. So, you know, if you got to give them the 40 back up front, if you got to give 40 back for referrals, you still make every month after that. That's only the first month. So you still get all that residual. And I've had many people on collagen where they went to dinner with a bunch of other girls, or they met some friends or some family over the vacation, and they were like, what are you doing? And I know any of you that have a collagen customer is the same as going on. People are like, what are you doing? Your face looks amazing. What's, you know, what laser thing did you get or whatever? And they're like, well, it's this collagen stuff. They've gotten the referrals that way too. So, you know, it's made it very easy, but until you get a few of those out there, those two ways make it a little bit easier for you. You know, go ahead and do those as well, just to get that ball rolling, because you'll get those commissions monthly and it will pay well.
So let's open it up. Any questions you got? Like I said, it's a new year. We are super excited. We know what's coming in the very short near future for you, and that's why we're so excited, because you're just not going to sleep at night. I mean, I'm telling you, after the 18th, do not plan on sleeping the night of the 18th. Your head is going to be spinning like crazy. And we're just so excited about it that we want you to make the most of it, period. Just make the most of it. And but anyway, unmute yourself if you got some questions, and let's answer them.
Yeah, I know Vera did.
Vera, what do you got?
Hi, and Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year.
I just had a question. Hi, Happy New Year. I wanted to just ask you a little bit about Facebook ads. Is that something that's allowed, or I know that there are some people even on this chat who do use Facebook ads, because I look up
Well,
to see
Vera, we own our own business and there is
my connection's a little unstable. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me now.
Can you hear
I
me,
know
Vera?
that there are some people.
Vera,
Can you hear me? Okay, so I know that there are some people who use the Facebook ads, and I know Kenneth does. Yeah, I can.
Vera, give
Can you guys
April a
hear
call.
me
Vera,
or not?
Your connection's bad. Give April a call after this and she'll talk to you.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if maybe you can hear me now that I turned my video off. Can you hear me now?
No,
Or not?
your connection.
If you can't,
No.
I'll contact April.
Yeah, just contact April.
Okay.
And based on what you did
Okay,
say,
okay.
I'm just going to say this. You should never advertise on Facebook until you've gotten really good practicing with warm market. Okay, so when you have 50 or 100 friends, relatives, family that are in the business, that are customers, that you get your practice on people you know, because when you start talking to strangers, they are not nice. They're not nice, okay? And they don't worry about being nice. So you gotta really be good with your verbiage when you're dealing with strangers and running ads. So, and April will talk to you more about that, but enough with that one. And just call April afterwards. Anyone who's next? I saw a few of you had your hands up. I can't hear you if you're speaking. I see most of you are still muted. Suma, go ahead.
Noel
Katrina.
does. Go ahead, Noel.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
You sound
Yes.
great.
Thank you. When the next collagen launch is going to be?
We don't have one scheduled, but we have a bunch of recordings that have been done over the course of December, and you should use any one of them. You know, the one, Rachel did 2 of them that were fabulous. Tara did one that was great. We can give you a couple recordings that you can just use them with anybody you want at any time. You don't have to wait for a date.
Okay, thanks.
We'll give you a couple options. We'll text you after we're done here.
Yes, thank you.
I have a question. When you said you were giving you're giving back your earnings so that your customer can buy it for $99, I'm assuming that's the first month, and then you're asking for referrals, and then you're paying them for the referrals. Or what happens after the first time?
Okay, so
Go ahead, April. Go
yeah, I
ahead.
don't want you to think you need to do it like the friends and family. I don't use it all the time. You know, I just am saying, if you feel like it's a need, let's say you feel uncomfortable selling and keeping money. And I just did this with a relative, a very close relative. I was like, all right, you go ahead and buy it and I'll give you back the $40, the money I would have made up front. That made me feel better. And that's really, you're the person I'm most interested in. If you have trouble selling because you feel funny making the money off the person, and it makes it easier for you, just say, hey, I'll give you the 40 back that I would make on this order. I just really want you to have the collagen. So they use the product, you do your follow-up with them. And then as soon as they tell you, I'm loving the way my arms are looking, I love the way my face, my neck, whatever they say, that's great. You know, if you refer some other people who notice how well you're looking, or you get into a conversation, this next week or 2 weeks, I will give you the same $40 back once they purchase the product. It's the same money because it's all your personal volume. It's your same money. You still get it. So it doesn't matter if you give it to that person personally or the person they refer. It's all your money. So even when they refer a customer, as long as there's not a distributor in between, you make the collagen money, you make the 40%, all of that is yours.
Okay, I'll probably text you or talk to you.
And
It's
and Noelle, it's not something that's etched in stone.
Right, yeah,
It's something that you have the flexibility to do any way you want to do it. Like what I'm doing with my massage therapist is I'm just giving her, I know that she'll appreciate $20. I'm not giving her the 40 because she wasn't expecting anything. I'm just going to go in like as a gift, you know, when I see her I either see her Wednesday or Thursday, and just say, hey, thanks, you know, buy yourself dinner or something, you know, and just see what, so it doesn't need to be etched in stone. The reason that I brought it up, because some people saw the $99 that I had posted in stories, and I wanted people to understand how that math worked. Well, they did 139 through the company. The company's giving me 40% on that, and I'm just giving $40 back, okay, to that person. So I didn't spend any money. I didn't lay out any money. I waited till the company paid me, and then I Venmo it back. All I'm is plus a customer, plus the collagen cash on it, okay? And I'm gonna be plus a lot of money on the repeat orders, especially down the road, okay? So, but it doesn't need to be a certain way. It's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, it's not the issue of earning off of them. It's helping them get started on the product and seeing the value.
Or making yourself feel good about earning money on someone that you know.
Or maybe that's true too.
So
Okay.
That could be
So
part of
just so
it
we
too.
have
I
a
know Miss
price
Liddy
point-
does stuff like that all the time.
yeah.
Miss
Just so
Liddy's
we have-
looking for ways to pay for people's stuff, never mind kick back what they earn.
Yeah,
yeah.
So Miss Liddy, if you wouldn't mind, maybe you can just kick them back earnings instead
I
of
got
just
it.
paying for all of it, you know?
I got it. It's a new year, Bobby. I got it.
You know,
She
just
is
so-
one of the most generous women on the planet. That's why I
Yes,
can kid her
yes.
about it, because I've
Awesome.
been on calls and I know what she's done. So it's like I've had to call her after a three-way call and say, now, Liddy, don't you dare do XYZ. You
Aw.
know? So what
You know,
else you
the-
guys got?
Just so you have a price point, Isogenics, Modere, the big names on social that are selling collagen, a product totally inferior to ours, is the same price.
Yep.
We are nowhere near overpriced. If they're buying something at Costco or Sam's, that's a powdered form that they're scooping out of the container, yeah, all right, it's $24.99. But you know, ours is so much better than Modere's product. And you just look at the chart for yourself. They've got 2 strands or 2 peptides of collagen. We've got 10. So, you know, again, it's a matter of knowing your product. We have a far superior product than those companies, yet the same price point.
Hey, I haven't seen this yet, but I have heard this. I've heard other companies are using our before and after pictures for their collagen.
I could see that.
I have not personally seen it,
I
but
can
I've
see that.
heard it, okay? I've heard it, so what does that tell you?
Wow.
What else? Come on, you gotta have more questions than that. So Zoom, are you gonna build a local group in your new neighborhood? So maybe a few months from now, we can go get a live meeting coordinated there?
Yes, I thought about that. I met 2 of my neighbors already, and they are bilingual. So
Good.
I'm excited about that. Another thing that I wanted to share with you is like, don't stop talking about, be ready when people ask you, what do you do? I stopped explaining. I have on my phone an album with neck, one with legs, one with only men. So when I approach a
Perfect.
man, I see that. So
Yep.
I was at the closing for this townhouse, and the realtor from the realtor asked me, what do you do? I said, this. He bought the product.
Perfect. Hey, Zuma, we said this when the collagen came out. everybody should keep an album on their phone, and you took it a step further. You got men, you got women, you got necks, you got legs, you got heinies. That's perfect, man. I mean, perfect.
Because you know what? I looked at her face and her neck, and which one I showed. She went like, "Oh, like me! Oh my God!" So
And that's better than saying I could help you with the neck, right? You're doing a great job, Zuma, and you're creative with it. I love it.
Yeah, one of my customer, she's doing something else like Thrive. She told me, Jaya, you have to help me, refer me somebody for my business. I said, I do not know anybody who's going to buy a software from you because everybody has their own software. Then she said, I may not be able to pay for collagen. I said, do me a favor. You can make money for every collagen you sell and you love it. You don't want to stop it. Why don't you just make money? So she's willing. This week, she's going to meet with me. So that's what I've told them. If you don't want to stop buying it, start
Give them a way to
people.
pay for it.
Yeah.
Yep. Now we have, I'm telling you folks, and you know, you guys, most of you, I know maybe Noelle and Liddy and Lynn were with us, but you know, we had an ephedra fat burn product in our old company 30 years ago, okay? And it works so good for fat loss that we had the before and after pictures. You know, that's all we did was before and after pictures. And we just showed fat, skinny pictures. That's all you did. This was fat, this was skinny, this, and everybody bought it. And now we have the same thing with collagen, okay? It's the same thing. And all you got to do is show the pictures, okay? And what the most important picture is yours. That's the most important picture. Once they see that you are one of them, okay, that you are in there and you are one of them, you're a user and you're somebody that's getting results, they'll look at all the pictures, but the one that stops them in their tracks is the one of you. That's what stops them, and that's what makes them do it. So I'm telling you, it's going to be a gigantic year. The collagen is going to open the doors for all the other products that we have. And, you know, it's just going to be so much easier to get into a conversation. You know, it's going to get so much easier to get people to start a business for $300 and start. Can you imagine? Think about it. You're starting with a collagen pack for about $300. And you can immediately start making $60 every time you get somebody on collagen between the collagen cash and the 40% commission. You know, I mean, somebody gets 4 or 5 customers, they're even on starting the business. They're even. Now, we used to say if you get 3 or 4 to do the same package that you bought, that you're even. This is customers. Okay, we get 4 or 5 customers on collagen and it pays for the pack. Okay, so that's why this is going to be a huge, huge year. And when you find out what's retroactive, if you're working your butt off, you're going to get really, really, really pumped and you got a head start. Okay, I wish I could share more. That's more than I'm supposed to, but I want you to take advantage of what's coming. And that's the biggest hint I could give you. See, we're all in. We all already have customers. We all already have teams. We're all signed up already. When you're doing something new, you got to take into account pre-existing. Okay. And that's why there's some pre-existing retroactive things, and probably pre-existing is even a better word than retroactive, but pre-existing is going to come into play, and you want to have as much pre-existing as you can. Is that a better way to describe it, April? As much pre-existing as possible.
Yes.
Okay. That's about the best way I can put it. So, but anyone else, anything else?
You might have to unmute yourself. There was some noise, so I muted a few people.
Thank you.
Are we good? Okay, so we need to get the videos over to who asked for the videos? Katarina? Who asked for when the next collagen was, I think.
It was Katarina,
Yes.
yeah, she's
Yes,
on
Okay,
yes.
here.
so we need to
Yeah.
get some
Yes.
videos over to Katarina.
Yes,
Vera,
please.
you need to call April.
Thank you. Okay.
And anyone else has any questions that you didn't want to ask publicly, just reach out. All righty, have a good night, everyone. Do me a favor, get this to your teammates. I'll work on getting it posted on YouTube right now. And I'll text the link out, but get it to your teammates and get them to commit to watching it so that you know. Also, go on your back office and make sure that everyone on your team that's a distributor is signed up and registered for Rock the Rhythm. Okay, it's free. It doesn't cost any money, but you got to be responsible to see that your team is registered. Okay, so look, you can look under events and see who's registered and you know who's on your team. So just please do that too, as you know, we still got 2 weeks notice. All right, have a good night. Bye, everybody. Happy New Year.